So my ride picked me up last night after Stampede. Okay, the LRT. And when I was on the LRT, Alanna, I was talking to a gentleman and his family who watch our show.
That's great.
And they were so sincere when they said the best part about it are your interviews, because they feel like, unlike some of us who put a cowboy hat and a cowboy shirt on for 10 days of the year, you know what you're talking about. That comes through, so I want to give you that compliment.
Thank you. Well, you've done very well at the Calgary Stampede. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you.
Well, thank you very much. Since we're feel-good stories about each other, yesterday we talked about Tough Cooper. That was not a feel-good story, but there are so many good stories around the Stampede about cowboys and cowgirls that are just rising to the occasion.
Yeah, I mean, some of the highlights for me, the novice bareback rider who broke his arm just 2 weeks ago, went and found a left-handed riggin and is now currently second at the Calgary Stampede. And how about that barrel racing horse with just one eye, and he has so much trust in his rider to lead him around those barrels. It's just so cool to see at the Calgary Stampede. There's always some good stories that just make you feel positive about rodeo in this sport.
Exactly. I mean, I think of, is it Oren Larson?
Yes, and
because yeah, he's from Manitoba. I mean, they're Canadian cowboys that weren't expected to be here, but they're late additions,
yeah.
and he wins day money.
Absolutely. I mean, that's, you know, that's talking about turning a negative into a positive. Bobby Moat has a concussion. Stephen Peebles has a very scary accident. In come two Canadian cowboys, and the one, yeah, Oren won the other day in front of this sold-out crowd, and what a thrill for them, and what a thrill for us to see, you know, our homegrown or our Canadians excelling here at the Calgary Stampede.
Just one more thing on that. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Casey Fields with a hip surgery. Was it Casey?
Yes, yep.
And he's doing well. He won yesterday. Are you used to seeing how cowboys rebound from injuries and persevere? Because I'm not.
Why don't you talk to your co-host Robert Bowers, who's had 11 surgeries, and I'm pretty sure broken every bone in his body. But yeah, cowboys, they're so resilient. You know, you see in football and in hockey players, you know, they're out for 3 to 4 weeks with a hamstring tear or something like that. These cowboys, they don't ride, they don't get paid. So they, you know, they're just barely hanging on, and they're still nodding their heads.
Could you imagine if soccer players were in the rodeo for a day? That would be incredible. Alanna Nolan, she's the Rodeo Insider, and we'll talk to her again tomorrow.